It's been an interesting couple of weeks for Fulton County DA Fani Willis.
My words, cash hoard that you had collected over time.
Cash what?
Hoard, H-O-R-D-E.
Oh, I thought you said something different.
She's currently up for re-election, and just about a week and a half ago, she decided to skip the debate.
This is the debate for Fulton County District Attorney. Let's meet the candidates. Christian Y. Smith is an author and attorney. Fani Willis has served as Fulton County District Attorney since 2021. Ms. Willis declined to participate in the debate and is represented by an empty podium.
And then we have the Georgia Senate investigating the investigation into Donald Trump to see if Fani Willis improperly used taxpayer dollars. She was asked about whether she would appear on her own accord. She said no, and then she said that even if she receives a subpoena, she does not believe that they have subpoena power over her. Now, this is quite hypocritical coming from a DA, but also coming from a DA who consistently runs around and talks about how no one is above the law when it comes to the Trump trial.
I don't care how many times they threaten me. I will gladly leave this place knowing that I did God's work.
All right. Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis got the blessings of a handful of church leaders on the steps of Big Bethel AME on Auburn Avenue. They likened her work to that of the late civil rights icon John Lewis.
There's one person that I know who's gotten into some good trouble.
All right.
It's Fani Willis.
Yes,
Your name will go down in the annals of history, both in heaven and on earth.
The chairman promised a subpoena to make her testify.
First of all, I don't even think they have the authority to subpoena me, but they need to learn the law.
Fulton Commission Chair Rob Pitts appeared under subpoena on Friday. I asked DA Willis if she'd go on her own accord. Will you appear, yes or no?
I will not appear to anything that is unlawful, and I have not broken the law in any way. I've said it, I'll say it amongst these leaders. I'm sorry folks get pissed off that everybody gets treated evenly.
And guys, just a little while ago, I actually spoke to the Republican chairman of that committee. He again reaffirmed that he believes that he has the right to subpoena her, and if she doesn't show up, she could be held in contempt of court. Meanwhile, the primary for this race is coming up just about 2 weeks on May 21st. Of course, something we're going to be following very closely in the days and weeks to come.
This has nothing to do with Fani Willis, but I have absolutely no idea what's going on behind this guy with the car. It appears to be some kind of police car setting up in a position, but that car is just beat up. Maybe they're just getting the courthouse ready for these organizations training up in the hills, according to Maxine Waters.
I want to know about all of those right-wing organizations that he's connected with who are training up in the hills somewhere and targeting, what communities they're going to attack.
Then we have Fani Willis' ex-boyfriend and ex-prosecutor on the case, Nathan Wade, who gave an interview on ABC. You'll remember him from the fact that it took him about a minute to remember whether or not he ever went to a cabin with Fani Willis.
Did you go to a cabin with Miss Willis ever?
Ever?
Ever.
No.
You've never gone to a cabin with this?
No.
You and Fani meet in 2019?
Yes, ma'am.
What was the extent of your relationship prior to November 1st of 2021?
We met at a judges conference. We stayed professional friends for quite a bit of time thereafter. Started to pick up a little bit when COVID started. We began to spend inordinate amounts of time communicating. During the course of the investigation, nights, weekends, evenings, mornings, I can't tell you how much time that we spent together. We got closer and closer and closer. Workplace romances are as American as apple pie. It happens to everyone.
So just give me a sense of the timeline as far as when the romance actually started and then once it stopped.
So early 2022 to late 2023 is the time frame. What people don't see and don't know is that we continue to have a very close relationship. We are friends.
Now, you can decide whoever's telling the truth in the situation, but text messages and testimony given during the hearing about his relationship with Willis completely contradict what he's saying.
Cell phone data obtained by Trump's legal team shows Nathan Wade, that special prosecutor, visited Willis's neighborhood at least 35 times in the 11 months before Willis hired him in late 2021. Twice, Wade arrived late at night and left early the following morning. The data shows about 2,000 calls and 12,000 text messages between Wade and Willis from January to November 2021.
You have no doubt that their romantic relationship was in effect from 2019 until the last time you spoke with her?
No doubt.
Did you observe them do things that are common among people having a romantic relationship?
Yes.
Such as, can you give us an example?
Hugging, kissing, just affection.
All before November 1st of 2021, correct?
Yes.
Then he was asked whether or not he regretted the relationship with Willis, and he said that he basically regretted that it became public and that it's not the concern of the public. Of course, it only became the concern of the public because Fani Willis hired her boyfriend to be a prosecutor on the case. And he even goes on to explain that they hid it from their coworkers because they knew it was something that should not be going on.
Do you regret it?
I regret that private matter became the focal point of this very important prosecution. I hate that my personal life has begun to overshadow the true issues in the case.
But at some point, once that bond is there, and if democracy is on the line, as has been described, do you say, maybe we pause this until after the case is over?
Absolutely, absolutely. I'll concede that could have been an approach, but when you are in the middle of it, these feelings are developing, and you get to a point to where the feelings are so strong that you start to want to do things that really are none of the public's concern. It wasn't lost upon the two of us that things could bleed over into the case and start to affect it, and so we made the adult-like decision to do what we did.
Do what we did. What do you mean by that?
In terms of protecting the integrity of the case, keeping the rest of the office out of our personal and private lives, and at the point that we decided to discontinue the relationship, we did.
I don't need anything from a man. A man is not a plan.